Hey guys, this is gonna be a little bit of a different video. It's just a slight commentary, some gameplay in the background, but I want to talk about what recently happened last night. And as far as I know, it was up since the new July 26th update, or July 25th, sorry. The July 25th update. Yes, one of the first actual updates. Like, it's nothing huge, it's just, cosmetic crates, some fixes and whatnot, but at least we get another crate, right? Well, Valve somehow done a goof, and now TF2 is royally fucked. There's no other way really to put it. So basically what happened, from my point of view, is last night I'm strolling the community market, as I usually do. I do this every once in a while, especially when a new update comes out, to see the new cosmetics and whatnot, right? And then I see all these cheap unusuals. I'm like, wow, damn, I gotta get on this action, right? So, dumb me, I bought 3 of them, not knowing what was happening at the time. So then, after I got 3 of them, I open up TF2, paint them, slap them on my characters, and join a 2-fort server. I think it was Daycare, actually. And then that's where I learned the shit was going down. First off, the first thing that tipped me off was that everybody, like literally everybody, had like low to mid-tier unusuals, sometimes high-tier unusuals, even though they clearly are not skilled at the game, so they must have been relatively new, right? But still, you don't really see new player and unusuals that often, especially not filling up a 32-player server. That's just unheard of. So that was the first thing I was like, okay, right? And then there's these guys over in the voice chat, they were talking about what's going on. I'm like, oh god, what has Valve done? How could the TF team really just screw their entire, well, not the entire economy, okay, I'll get to that later, but they screwed their entire economy over, air quotes, okay? Now, that's what a lot of people are dubbing it. It's like, this is gonna kill TF2, at least the economy, and the economy's been keeping TF2 afloat for 12 years now. So, basically, if the economy goes down, TF2 is gonna go down. At least it's gonna take a massive blow. So, I'm just chilling in the server, listen to these guys talk, adding my own opinion every now and then, and goodness gracious. I finally figured out what was going on. Apparently, if you unbox a crate that is Manco series like 20 or lower, or crate 83 and 85, I could be wrong. This is just all based off memory. But those crates, if you unbox those, 100% chance of getting an unusual. And unusuals usually cost, especially hats, they usually cost a decent realm of like $20-ish for like a decent low tier, right? And like the high tiers, you should go up for like 100 to a couple $100. And especially one I'm gonna get to later, like a Burning Team Captain. That is the top tier, right? One of the top tiers at least. Not my favorite personally, but whatever. There are now unusuals on the market going for less than $5. Mid-tier unusuals. They're all first gen, I believe. All first gen unusuals going for $5. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Needless to say, with the price drop of these unusuals and the crates that give you these unusuals, they have skyrocketed in price. Crates are usually like 3 cents, which is the minimum price you can put for a crate on the community market. You can probably look at them now for like $4 to $5, which is insane. And the keys have shot up in price too to a little under $3, which is stupidly high. The keys are super valuable now. So, well, this sounds like kind of good news, like in and of itself, like the keys are rising in value, yay. People only want them to unbox more unusuals. So with all of these unusuals flooding the market now, It's just kind of a shame, really. And it's just the first gen unusuals that are affected, but this affects the economy as a whole, because A, you're gonna have those people that try to quick sell their other unusuals that aren't currently affected, because A, they could be, and B, they might be in the future, and people are starting to realize how superficially non-valuable these items are in real world money, and everybody's panicking. Like, I have a friend who plays CSGO and gets in the whole skin game, is quick selling like most of his skins that he doesn't technically like, he just has to trade off. He's selling all of those now, like quick selling, because he's afraid, again, because this is gonna go over to Dota 2 as well, I imagine. Everybody's gonna try to quick sell stuff. Everybody's gonna try to get out of this market, which is kind of a shame. So Valve just set off a ticking time bomb over here, and TF2 was the first to be hit. And I suspect that it's going to take a while for the other games to... I think it's going to be a lot slower than what's happening to TF2 right now, but it's still going to happen. Now, about that Burning Team captain earlier, oh boy, I believe... I don't know the exact number, but there was only like a few Burning Team captains. It was a meme. Like, if you got a Burning Team captain, like, bam, that's like right under Golden Pan at that point. And now the number of Burning Team captains out there have basically quintupled, which is not good. It's very much not good. They're still valuable, like, technically, I guess, but they have severely dropped in value. Like, if I had to throw random numbers out there, like, let's just say a Burning Team captain was like $500, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Now it would probably go up for like 100. That's not good. Everybody's backpacks are dropping in price rapidly. At least the ones with first gen unusuals, which a lot of them were with like the rare ones. If you got a first gen unusual, that's like one of the cream of the crops usually, but nope, not anymore. Now, here's what I suspect Valve is gonna do. There's one of three things. Either A, they don't care, which honestly I wouldn't be surprised from Valve because they don't care about a lot of stuff sometimes. So, A, that's a possibility. It's a very small possibility, but it's a possibility. Option 2 is that they're gonna take all the unusuals that people have unboxed since this update, at least the first gen ones, and mark them as untradeable. Which, to me, sounds fair. Because, yes, there's tons and tons of people who are, they're taking advantage of the system. They're exploiting it. That's the word I was looking for. They're exploiting the system. And, I mean, yes, those people kind of deserve to be punished, I guess. But at the same time, this was Valve's mistake. But there's also people like me who had just saw them and was like, oh look, that's kind of cool, and bam, right? And there's also people who had, you know, these crates before, and somebody had to discover it somehow, right? And the one who discovered it obviously didn't know it was going to happen. So there's plenty of innocent people out there too who doesn't or didn't know what's going on. So I think just marking them untradeable is fair, and people who are actively selling them on the market or elsewhere, I think, I don't know, like maybe a market ban. And to me that's a little too far. Like, they're already starting to put up trade bans for these kinds of people, I guess. Like, once the sales have gone through, they get trade banned for a little while. Honestly, a market ban, kind of overdoing it, so that's up to Valve's discretion. Now, the third option I see what they're doing, and I hear a lot of rumors about, is server rewind. Now, I don't know if they can / want to do that, because who knows how buggy that's gonna be, right? So, if, let's say this server rewind does get pulled off, now you're gonna have a bunch of people who, I imagine Steam's gonna refund them with Steam credits, I guess. People like us who bought them, refund Steam credits, but a lot of people are still gonna be kind of mad, just a little, right? So I don't know. I think the best course of action is again the marking them untradeable and whatnot, right? There's actually a funny rumor going around that Valve is doing this essentially to release Team Fortress 3. That's a happen, right? Or they intentionally did it to get a lot of money, because currently they are flowing money, because they're getting all sorts of condition for the crates are being bought and the keys, and all the usuals are being sold. They're getting all the condition. So another kind of sleazy way that they can handle this is they're gonna wait for all the profits to come in, or at least the majority of the profits to come in, and then take care of it. Which to me sounds awful in the long run, but maybe Valve really is planning on getting rid of TF2, so they want to go ahead and end it with a bang for it, right? As if they don't have enough money. That's another possibility. It'd suck if that's the case, but if that's what it is, and I guess that's what it is, I can't help that. And that, yeah, again, that just sucked. So, that's my opinion. Well, it's not my opinion, it's more of like an informative kind of chat thing. What's going on? And currently, there are so many first-gen usuals out there. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time this video goes up, they'd go down to like $3. It's just ridiculous what is happening. Nobody really cares about the unusual cosmetics anymore. It's all about the unusuals and what's gonna happen, the economy, all this and all that. Like, oh boy. Now, I'm kind of surprised Valve hasn't taken any action already. Because what I would have done at this point is, as soon as, like, you know, because they're obviously seeing the profits, they obviously see what's going on, because especially with a new update, they kind of peer in and, you know, see what the community's talking about. So they gotta know this is happening, and I imagine they're fixing it right away. But I would have frozen the item servers by now. Like, yes, that would suck. Yes, you can't use any unlockable weapons or your hats or anything. But that also means you can't uncrate any more unusual, so it would prevent further damage to the economy. Because right now, it's just a toilet that is flushing longer and longer and longer and longer the more Valve just doesn't do anything about it. So, it's just an unfortunate situation. They should have frozen the item servers by now until they put out a patch release. They fixed it, marked all the ones that are already uncrated as untradables, and bada bing bada boom. The market would be damaged, but it wouldn't be irreparable. As a matter of fact, I think it'll just be seen as one of those oops mistakes Valve makes, like, you know, the infamous infinite health heavy and what are some other really good ones that they fucked up? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but they had plenty of big whoopsies. It's just sad that a lot of this is kind of a big scare right now, because you have all these first tiers that are getting stupidly cheap. So of course the higher tiers are technically still just as, if not even more valuable than they are now. But people are still panicking. They're still going to try to sell them off, right? I wouldn't say all of them, because there are plenty of smart traders out there who hold these high tiers that can see that this isn't affecting them, at least not nearly as much as everybody else. I can't believe that Valve has let this slip through. Like, yes, glitches happen all the time. I'm well aware that that's part of my name. Like, I love glitches and whatnot. Well, most of them, not this one. This is just such a monumentous occasion for TF2 and Valve as a whole, I guess, because this is gonna ripple out. It's not gonna stay just in TF2, not for long. It will. I'm not saying that high tier skins in CS:GO are gonna get, you know, uncrated, or I don't know how CSGO works. I'm not saying it's gonna be the same situation. What I'm saying is that the effect, the scare that this is causing, is going to reach out to the CSGO and Dota 2 communities, and they will also try to quick sell all their stuff. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, everything is superficially valuable. It's just, it's a mess. It's a really big mess. And the other thing I really wanted to talk about was this, he's not a scammer, technically, but gosh, he's right up there with them. There's this person, or people, or girls, whatever, I'm just gonna call this person Bob. So, Bob, he goes out, he finds out about this unusual thing fairly early on. Like, nobody else has really heard about it. There's a few people that are like, oh my god, let's take advantage of this now. And then, of course, the word's gonna start spreading. But he plays it smart. He starts unboxing a bunch of unusuals, goes to, like, one of those really highly played trade servers, like Vatican City and whatnot. It goes and quick sells all of them. And he gets massive profit, right? Then he goes on, he's like, okay, well, I get this, but let's make real money. So he does the same thing, but on marketplace.tf, which is oddly convenient because, A, people are usually going for low tier unusuals. Like, those are usually not more sought after, but they're easier to get because, again, they're technically cheaper. So it goes on marketplace.tf, scrap.tf, you know, those kinds of websites, and starts putting these up for, like, usually a lot cheaper, but you still make a massive profit. Like, let's say this unusual is usually 30 bucks, and he puts it up for 20. Like, dang, that's a 10-minute price drop. I'm gonna go buy that. But in reality, now they're worth like $5, so he gets a $15 bonus. Now repeat that a couple thousand times, and this man has made 3,000 some dollars, real dollars. Valve can't rewind that. That's not gonna happen. And Valve has no jurisdiction over Marketplace and Scrap.tf, so he has gotten away with $3,000 worth of scamming, basically, which really he probably would have only gotten like around 100 if he sold them now. So this man is, call it smart, call it scummy, but this man is Bob. Gotta hit Bob, right? And especially after what Bob did, that's when news starts going around that these unusuals are being uncrated for basically free. And then that's whenever everybody started realizing that all these quick sellers trying to quick sell these low tier unusuals are basically scammers. Again, not technically. They're not technically scamming. But in the grand scheme of things, they are morally scamming. So that's the situation that happened on the TF2 July 25th update, summer community crate, and this whole mess. The thing that might end up ruining TF2. It might. It might not, but it might. I'm not saying it's gonna crash the economy. I'm just saying it's gonna put a massive blow on it. This has been Glitch Artist, and I guess I'll see you next time.